Okay, so I think Pradeep and Pankaj both have given a very broad outline of what's happening, and I would not like to go or repeat into those of the details, but instead of saying reimagining business due to the changing consumer expectation, I will call it as the changing avatar of business. So let's see. Briefly, we can say that the consumer in the age of coronavirus are essentially they come in the four categories of life simplifiers, of climate activists, degrowth activists, and conversation activists. And life simplifiers are those who want to eat less and buy less, you know, and they spend more on vitamins and supplements and all that, and they hold back on indulgence and they don't believe in conspicuous consumption. That's all been said. The conservation activists are those, they criticize the companies such as Zara that every 2 weeks produces a new set of women's clothing styles, and that would be only available for 2 weeks. So that's also going on against this. And the degrowth activities feel that too much time and effort are going into consuming, is going to surface. And the climate activists, we all know that they worry about the harm and risk that the high-bike consumers are doing to our planet. So if you see some of the products that have been launched very, very recently, in fact, the jockey ad I just got in my email today, this is all because you're sitting at home, you're working out comfortably from home. And the next ad is of Alia Bhatt, who's saying preventing healthcare, fresh foods and household, amongst others. So, and they're trying to promote, healthy, Ayurvedic type of food. Now, instead of saying the new normal, I'll say let us be thriving in the face of continuous turbulence. And it's a function of how long and severe the crisis is going to be. And the biggest challenge is over here is nothing but social challenge, is for social distancing. And already startups are offering tech-based solutions to handle crowding at malls, from the offices and markets, as well as for contactless shopping. So this will be what we get to see now. So in this change scenario, you have less people movement, and less people movement would mean there are thinner crowds at restaurants. We are already seeing theaters and stores, and consumers will spend less. They seek value for money. They will trade down on the variants. I think Sidonia had already said that in opening address, and they would prefer repairing over replacements. And the needle is also shifting towards smaller cities. Then when we talk about automation, as Pradeep also said, that Industry 4.0 or Automation 4.0 is going to come in, and this is going to speed up. And third is more workers to work remotely. People have now understood the advantage of working from home. And one of the biggest advantage of working from home is that you can even work for multiple number of companies today. Okay. And fourth is the reduced travel, and because of quarantine and foreign travels will be going to this is going to affect the capital purchase, and then fewer workforce, which will be as a result of automation, and also because the migrant laborers have gone away. And sixth is the commercial real estate. The downturn in commercial real estate prices, companies may opt to shift out of densely populated cities because now they are working from home. And seventh is from offline to online, and it is going to be for all necessities. And the big winners are going to be those with online presence, or as we call it, omni-channel, which I described. So now, how companies are remodeling their business? So let's have a look at a few examples. You've seen this already in the newspapers. Rented shops go out of fashion. It's called a revenue share model. In Khan market, if we have Ritu Kumar, the biggest fashion house, they are saying that we are not going to give you a rent of 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs per month. because we don't know what the sale is going to be. But today, people are working on a revenue share model. Next is another example of Kevin Care. Kevin Care will shut its headquarters to rent out office space. And it is in the center of Chennai. And they have closed all 4 branches and they are calling for bids from tenants for 40,000 square feet. It's going to be additional income also for them. So they are going to now give out and they're going to ask most of their staff to work from home, and those who have to work in the factories, only the other ones will be required to come. Now, if you see here, contactless delivery by KFC has already started. Great taste delivered with care. Place order online, pay online, receive your delivery of fresh, hot, and crispy chicken without any interaction, seamlessly ordering from right where you're sitting, and there is zero contract involved. And five-star hotels in Chennai, with business and tourism, they're running aground by the coronavirus. Several of these stars hotels in Chennai, and they've started monetizing their expertise in housekeeping and disinfection and sanitizing. And they're doing it because because you would not like to give it to your clothes to an ordinary presswala or to any laundry near your house, because you know that in a five-star hotel, the laundry is very well disinfected and then handle your product with care. Now, even your Make My Trip has has a business model of a pickup. Okay, and then now you see even Book My Show. They are saying catch up with the latest TV trailers or movies. These are all because you're sitting at home and you're going out less. So in the comfort of your home, they're giving you these benefits. As Pradeep was talking about Walmart also, this is what Walmart stores and how it will look. So look what they've done. They've got social distancing, as Pankaj also said. I think 6, 10, or 20 or something like that. So they are now adjusting the store hours for senior citizens who are more vulnerable. So every Tuesday of the week, they got a special timing for senior citizens. And pharmacies and business centers will also be open during this time. And this will be starting 1 hour before the store opens. Then they're limiting the number of people in a store at once to allow no more than 5 customers for each 1,000 square feet at a given time. And then they are combining the mobile app for easier curbside pickup. Now, curbside pickup is something, what you see in this picture, that you go in front of the Walmart store and you see your app and the guy is going to be ready at the stipulated time, and your package is going to be dropped here, your car is going to stop here, and you take the car and go away. Now, store hours for seniors, I've already said. Then you are having now the self-checkout, they're going to have more and more of self-checkout so that people are positioned horizontally and they don't have to stand in queue. And there are hosts to help you out. And then they're also installing sneeze guards in pharmacy and register lanes, because when you go to the pharmacy, people can sneeze and there are sneeze guards. So, and there are, of course, hopes also to the host to also check you. Now, you see here some of the reinventing business during COVID. Redigo Khatan, who makes rum for that matter, has started making Khatan sanitizers. Mahindra has, they have given their excess capacity for in-house ventilators. Maruti Suzuki and Agva Healthcare have combined to make ventilators. And in the US, GE and Ford Motors, they have combined to make ventilators. So, and now we are in such a state that we got excess ventilators, and some 2,000 ventilators are going to be distributed to many of the states, as Prime Minister Modi had announced only 2 days back. So we are all self-sufficient in terms of PPE kits as well as ventilators. Now, competition and collaboration, you see here tie-ups among different brands and corporations. They belonging to apparently similar sectors like Big Bazaar and Amazon and pharmacy. They've combined. See, during COVID times, it's been seen that realizing they cannot just rely on customers coming to the stores, they had to explore alternate channels to reach out to customers at their doorstep. And they worked with technology providers to build sales platforms that supported online sales via WhatsApp, via web links, via online shopping ads, and by partnering with food delivery or gas service providers. Even Uber was delivery. Apps were developed, allowances were forged, SOPs were created. So be it a small kirana shop or a chain or a hypermarket, everyone is reaching out to customers online. So this is what is happening. And of course, in the whole process, retailers also made a lot of mistakes in a hurry to go online. They migrated to platforms that were not fully adept in managing the nuances of online inventory replication, complex pricing and offer management or world temperature compliance for delivery, children, frozen categories. Another big thing that happened in Bombay or Mumbai, offline retailers were setting up their stores in apartment complexes or societies, while online players were building new models and serving customers individually or even with consolidated orders in the name of Society Seva in Mumbai. This is about in London. The first two pictures are of Butcher, Hampstead Butcher. He is a very, very popular shop in Hampstead, London. And during this lockdown period, there used to be a queue which was close to 100 to 200 meters long to enter the shop. And next to this is a wet fish cafe, where essentially it's sitting and dining. And on the outside, they also have seating area. But then the wet fish cafe guy was saying that I am losing, there are a queue of customers in front of the Hampstead Butcher, that nobody comes to us. So Wet Fish Cafe changed the business model. They started supplying fresh fish, Cornish, wild, and they started having vegetables and buns and fresh juices. So when you buy mutton or rather meat, you also buy some other products along with it. So these customers were standing in the queue at the Hampstead Butcher. They were also queuing up at Westwood Cafe, and they were taking advantage of the Hampstead Butcher. So this is how business models are evolving, and during the COVID times. So what now? What now is when the short-term winners are going to be those who provide is going to be a virtual showroom in the future, you can see. And Rohini had also put it up in an article. The short-term winners will be those who provide goods and services without needing to come into physical contact with their customers. And in this digital transformative environment, providing customer experience is going to be the biggest challenge. And the digital transformation must serve new customers and their employment needs. And so therefore, now it is time for the companies to upgrade their business model. They have to commit to the next generation model so that they can build value and provide compelling customer experience. They have to be better, they have to be faster, and they have to be knocking down all the internal silos in the organization. And it's a decisive point for the digital commerce, e-commerce, telemedicine, and for the digital transformation. Thank you, Rohini, and everybody. I hope it's a short presentation which I've tried to share with you. But one truth is abundantly clear, that we cannot afford to go back to the old way of doing things. The companies that most aggressively adapt and extend new ways of operating will turn this crisis to their advantage. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for this quick and very contemporary overview.